The president of ride-sharing company Lyft says the deadly crash in Arizona involving an Uber self-driving SUV could have been prevented. Lyft is continuing trials of its own autonomous vehicles. Uber has now decided to stop testing its driverless cars in California. Uber tests are also suspended in Arizona. Lyft's market share is growing. Its 2017 revenue crossed the billion-dollar threshold. The company says that's up 168% since the end of 2016. John Zimmer is co-founder and president of Lyft. John, good morning. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Any pause about your own self-driverless vehicles after the Uber decision?
Well, I think everyone should take pause when there's a tragedy like what happened in Arizona. But it's also important to zoom out and understand why companies are doing this. And the fact is that 35,000 people every year are killed in a car accident. And the ultimate goal is to bring that to zero.
Are you noticing that there's more of an increase in Lyft mentions? You know, before, John, it used to be Uber, Uber, Uber. But now I see it's Uber and Lyft in the same conversation. I see more cultural references to Lyft in movies and on TV shows. So I'm wondering, from your point of view, what's working for Lyft? I, for one, am glad you got rid of the pink mustaches, which you did a long time ago. But what is working? What's working for you guys?
I think what's working well is our vision, which is to improve people's lives with the world's best transportation, the way we treat people, whether that's our drivers or our passengers, my background or our team members or employees. My background's in hospitality, and so to me, this was always a service business.
What does that mean, hospitality? Like hotel?
I went to hotel school.
Oh, not technology. Okay.
Right. Yeah, and one of my first jobs was a phone operator in a hotel, and I saw the obvious importance of taking care of people to provide great service. And I think that's what's really paying off. You
actually walk the walk, too. We should say, listen, we always send a very nice car to pick up our guests. And we said, we're going to send the car. And you said, nope, I'm going to take a Lyft. I would like to do that. I'll get there on my own. But you also drive. You're also, so somebody can put in an order and you're the one that picks them up. Why do you do that?
It's critical that we understand the entire experience. So every New Year's, and I try to every month as well, I drive on Lyft. And I learn a lot. I learn a lot. I learn the challenges of being a driver on the platform, the opportunities for us to improve the product for our drivers, and I understand better the passenger experience from a different perspective.
Why is Lyft better than Uber?
Lyft is better than Uber because we care about improving our cities, we care about improving people's lives, and we care about the people that are behind the business.
And Uber doesn't?
If there's such a trillion-dollar market for ride-sharing, why isn't Uber or Lyft profitable yet?
The focus right now is on growth. The opportunity here is that Americans spend $2 trillion every year on car ownership. We spend more money on cars than we do on food. But we use our car only 4% of the time. And so we're going after that really large.
Well, in fact, you want to eliminate.
You and your co-founder, Logan Green, you're actually pushing for the end of personal car ownership in major cities by 2025?
I believe it will make financial sense for someone to own a vehicle in major cities by 2025. Because we the household.
It won't make sense.
It won't make financial sense. You spend $9,000 every year owning and operating a vehicle when you look at all the costs, and you use the car just 4% of the time on average. That does not make sense. We can give the equivalent of a $5,000 tax credit back to every household if we improve that efficiency, and that's worth doing.
Oh, that's a hard sell for me, because suppose you just want to run to the store for just a second. I got to wait and dial it in. But, I mean, you're raising an interesting point here. You're raising an interesting point. The other thing that I think is fascinating about you and co-founder Logan Green is that you guys are known as the good guys in the business world. And I think something that struck me interesting is that you all just recently ordered an internal audit last year, a self-imposed internal audit. What were you looking for? Why did you do that?
We did an internal audit around equal pay. And to me, this is just obvious.
What's obvious?
That if someone's doing the same work, they should be paid the same. And we didn't want our team members, our employees, to take our word for it. We wanted a third party to validate that was true. So we did that last year, and I think it was yesterday we announced our commitment to do that every year.
Did you find discrepancies?
There was about 0.6% discrepancies, likely from some type of unconscious bias or just different opinions, and we addressed those.
John Zimmer, thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, good to see you.